Okay, this is our comp hair for this year. So the first thing I did is I divided my hair into 4 sections. This one I'd say is like basically in line if you start the corner of your eye and go like diagonally back, both sides. And then this one kind of if you have like creases right there, basically right there, don't put too much hair in the top one because if you put too much hair in the top one, then your second bun will be too low and then this one will kind of be by itself. So kind of try and like, you can see I kind of cut it right there so I can get this bun higher. 4 sections like this. And then the first thing I'm gonna do is do my braids on this side. So these are Dutch braids. I just split it in the back. I didn't even use all my hair when I did the braids. But first, I'd spray it with water and then use hair gel and lots of hairspray because then it will keep the flyaways back. This is the one I'm using. I really like it, but use whatever, of course. And just put some on. And then these, you need to do them super tight. Like, don't just braid back and go fast because then it will look weird. So we'll start with a super small section and then just start it and braid it back. And these are a lot easier than you think. Even if you can't Dutch braid typically, you could probably do these because they're so close to the front of your face that it's really easy. And if you need help doing these braids, then a lot of girls can help you. So yeah, just gonna braid this really fast. My braids aren't super like condensed, if that makes sense, because I'm going faster, so they kind of look more pulled back. But the less hair you can pull and like the tighter you pull to your head at a time, then the better your braid will look. I'm just trying to do it kind of fast for this video. But so if you get here, keep braiding because if you stop, then when you do your bun, the braid won't reach all the way to your bun. It'll just cut off, so it will look weird. So I braid it all the way to the bottom. So then when I pull it back, it will reach all the way to my bun. So yeah, one side. And then now I'll do the other side. And also at this point, if I was doing it for a competition, I'd be using hairspray too. But since I'm just doing it for the video, I'm not using hairspray right now, but lots of hairspray. So just super small section. And then make sure you're like going in the middle too. You don't want to do your braid like right here, right here. You're like centering it with the section of hair that you have. Braid that really fast. And keep braiding all the way down. So now I have both braids done. Wait. And then I'm gonna get all the hair. So I kind of have some left that didn't go in the braids. Just gonna pull it back. Make sure I don't have my other ponytail mixed in it. And you want to try and go, so if I like center it, it'd be right here, which there's a big gap between this one and this one. Try and pull it to the top of that section. So now my bun's gonna be right here. Then we don't have like a huge space because that looks weird. Oh. So upper part of the section as high as you can get it in that section. Might even be easier to like flip your head and pretend you're doing like a high pony. And see, I kind of got bumps. So once I do my messy bun, then I would pin those down. So now what I would do is, it definitely obviously depends on what order you want to go in, but I'm going to do my next braids, and then I'll put them all in clean ponytails, and then I'll put them all in buns, and then I'll fluff them all out and then pin them. That's just how I like to do it, but obviously it doesn't really matter. Okay, now I have both braids done. Just have all my hair in clean ponies, slicked back with hairspray, water, and like hair gel. If you look, you can kind of see where I parted these better. Don't go in line with your eye, almost like the tip of your eyebrow. If you drew a line right there, it like lines up. And then this one, like, is basically the top of my ear, and it has a little bit of extra hair just so I could do the braid better. But you can see like eyebrow, just line it up right there. So now, oh, and also when I put my hair tie in, this one, I tried to go a little bit more up in this section because this bun at the bottom, you don't want it to be so low that it's like hanging on your neck. So kind of the higher you can get your buns like this way towards this one, then the better it'll look and the more like even they'll look. So now I'm gonna show how to do the buns. So what you want to do is just braid your hair. Doesn't have to be super good, just braid it, and this will change your buns by a lot if you have thin hair, because you can fluff it out so much but it's still like held together because of the braid. Also, everyone has to do their buns like this because they all need to look the same. So braid it and then braid all the way to the bottom. It's kind of gonna come undone, but get an elastic. I just let it go. Okay, do a loop just like that. It was just a loop. I'm gonna grab my braid, wrap it around until it's all the way wrapped, and then I still have my fingers in there, twist it like you would a normal hair tie, and then just put it all the way around. Looks crazy, but yeah. So I'm gonna hurry and do that to all of them. I'm just gonna show one more time how to do the bun. And if you need me to show you this in person, it's super simple, and I'd love to show you. So, got my braid. What I'm gonna do, like this, hopefully you can see. Grab it, like a normal hair tie, pull the loop through. It doesn't have to be very much, just pull the loop. This, and then you can also twist it right now, just hold it, but whatever way. Grab the braid, wrap it around, and then I have my hair tie and go all the way around. And then it looks like that. Crazy. Okay, now that I look crazy, I have all my buns done. Like this, I'm gonna show you how to flip it up. Oh, literally, just, you have different parts of the braid, just pull them out. And it's gonna look crazy, but once you pin it, it'll look a lot better. And so make sure you get close to where the hair tie is too. And I just pull them all crazy, stretch your hair out. Basically like pancaking out pretty much. Okay, so right now it looks like this. Not too bad, but I'm gonna, once you pin it, it will look better. So now, same thing. And like this, your buns will just keep getting bigger the more you pull. And also like with this one, it's kind of wobbly, but what I would do if I grab this hair and I pin it right there, and then it's fine. And then it also is like closer to this one, so it will look better. So just stretch it all, the strands out pretty much. And then also too, once I stretch these, I put another hair tie around them just to make sure if any hairs got loose, they don't fall out later on. So now they're really crazy. I'll stretch out. So right now, if I was doing this for a competition, I put another elastic on every single one just to make sure they're in there good. But yeah, I got all them stretched. Now I'm gonna start pinning them. And yeah, okay. So I like to do this one last because I think it's better if you put your bow in and then you pin your hair around the elastics because it'll make sure that your bow doesn't fall out, because your hair will have to fall out for your bow to fall out. So I like to do that one last, but obviously personal preference. So like this one, it's like flying around. I just grab one of the loops. I stick a bobby pin. Hopefully you guys can see. I stick it like through a loop like that. And then shove it in your head. Well, it doesn't fall out. And like this hair, if I were to put an elastic in for a competition, it would obviously be held back. But if you have any hairs like that, definitely pin them. And another thing I like to do is, right now, if this was hairspray, I'd hairspray all of my buns and then put bobby pins in, because I think it helps the bobby pins stay in better, but maybe I just think that. So yeah, pin them all. And at this point, I'd have a mirror, or I'll grab my phone and I'll like look at it and I'll be like, oh, okay, wait, that one needs to go like that. So then I'll pin it. Pin that one, and then I'd probably do more hairspray. Obviously do a lot more bobby pins than this, whatever you need. You should be able to shake your head all around, do all good all around, yeah, and it shouldn't even bobble. Now put your bow in all the way around 2 or 3 times, as many as you can get it. So now, like the band right there, I would grab this hair and then pin it down, because then your bow's not going anywhere. Also, one thing with doing our buns like this, once you get your bow in, you really need to fluff right here, because you need to be able to see hair between like the 2 little thingies. You don't want it to look like that, because then, you know, fluff it up and then just keep pinning and fluffing until it looks good. And then remember, like, shake it really well so it doesn't go anywhere. So yeah, I have my hair like that, and then I grab it and I'd be like, okay, and then I'll just keep doing that until I have it all pinned and it looks good, and I can shake it and coil that. And yeah, if you have any questions, then you can text me and start practicing your braids. They're not super hard, so don't get intimidated by them. And I think that's all. Just make sure you use a lot of hairspray, and especially when you're doing your braids, if they're wet and have gel in them before, then they'll stay a lot better and we won't have flyaways. So